Hello, and welcome to another episode of Turning Sparkly Cardboard Sideways. My name's Jimmy, Bancroft is behind the camera, and right here will be my personal phone number, 859-279-2405. If you have any questions, concerns, critiques on any deck profile or battles we post, please feel free to send me a message, or if you just want to say hi or share some of your deck tech, deck list ideas, please send me a message, and I'll try to reply as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Tech and Productions. Today I'm Bancroft and being joined by Jimmy, who is going over 3.0.
This is like technically like 12.0.
Yeah,
but you've only seen, this would be the third one you've seen.
So there we go. Blue Baby. So he's kind of put this through the ropes a lot. Lost a lot of Gotenks, trying to find a way to make it better so he can still beat Gotenks without losing to other decks, which is always a struggle to do. But like always, if you guys enjoy our content, hit that like, subscribe button, and comment down below. And Jimmy, let's get into this deck.
All right. So we have standard Blue Baby stuff, Planet Tuffle. If you've seen the other videos, you know what Baby does. If you don't, you just don't let your opponent attack. That's the whole point of the deck. But so I've done a lot of tweaking to this deck, and there's been so many different revisions, and I really just can't decide on one thing that's always changed as my super combo choice. So now I run one Zamasu, one Vegeta, and two Zenos. So this has made so many people uncomfortable on untap when I tell them that I run 3 different super combos. But they all serve different purposes. Zamasu is basically just another negate. You just tap down any problem card. Vegeta, draw cards. And I run Zeno because of a card that I put back into the deck, which is the Baby Unison. My biggest issue with this Unison was that it was a 3 cost, and on turn 3 you are tapping out, and that's a pivotal turn for a lot of decks, so you don't want to be tapped out going into that turn. And since Baby does not mill any cards or burst any cards, you're not going to have enough for sparking on Dimension Magic. So you need a way to untap your energy. So that's why I run Zeno, to combo Zeno, pick up an energy, lay it in active mode, and then now I'm set for the rest of the turn for all of my counters. So I was very anti-Unison in this deck for a long time until I threw it back into the deck and was like, wow, this card is actually kind of snapped. +2, draw 1. Deck needs some draw. Very good.
I don't know.
Then -5. All your counters can be played by dropping 2, and your leader card gains 15 and double strike, which can end the game right there, especially if you have a golden ape in hand. Amazing tech card. Counterplay, play the card. When you play her, draw 1 card. Put a card from your opponent's drop area back into their deck. This has been relevant in so many matchups. Almost everybody that I've showed this deck to, they're like, oh, why do you run Toa? Like, that could be done, that could be any other card. It could be a better card. But this Toa is just so clutch in so many matchups, especially Sin Shinron. When they play their 4-drop Shinron, you just play Toa and say, put that ball back into your deck. And now you don't have to worry about them being able to recur that ball. It really slows down decks like Gotenks when you can ship their fusion pieces back together, then bounce it to the hand so they don't get both of their pieces back, or hit Ribrians, hit Draw Monkeys, Queetsakai. Dormant Legend. Is it Dormant Legend? Yeah, that's the name of the card.
Dormant Potential?
Dormant Legend, the red Broly card.
Oh, yeah.
So there is so many good options for this card.
Hey, you won just as many games as I did today.
Power Absorbed. I would run 2 of these. I have 1 more coming in. It just didn't get here in time. Counterplay's 2-drop. That's not really relevant. The Activate main is what's relevant. Pitch this card to the bottom of your deck. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards. Negate its skills and return it to the hand. So really, really good against Gotenks. That's why I want to run 2 in the deck. Good against Sin Shinron. Good against anything, really. Like, any deck that wants to go tall, this card is clutch in that. Desperate Measures, I'm thinking about taking this card out. It's not super relevant, but with the crewmate cards and the untap hate running around, this might be a much more attractive option. Don't know what I want to do with it. Since I run a Unison, I put the trunks back in. I mean, honestly, paying $4 for this guy is already good. He's that broken. So even if I don't have the Unison on field, paying $4 for him is not that much of a headache. I mean, people paid 4 energy for that awful UI Goku back in the day. So
We were texting like as he was putting them on.
hit. Weird rulings. Yay, favorite card in the game. This card's really good. Speaking of terrible UI Goku, that's actually kind of good when he's a 3-drop. Bancroft has his head on the table right now. He's having a good chuckle at this. This card's good in this deck. You bounce a card, annoying barrier, draw a card, counterplay, counterattack. He's really versatile, and he's a 3 cost, so he's good. Saiyan Slayer, I cut 1 because I was just never wanting to play it. Counterattack, negate the attack, play this card. Counter, play this card. So you have a lot of ways to put him on the field for cheap. And his activate main can play cards from the bottom of the deck. So if you play like a Power Absorbed is really nice. You can negate with Saiyan Slayer, then pass turn, then bounce the card back to the hand, and then use the Saiyan Slayer to play him from the bottom of the deck. And, you know, put a lot of pressure. And he's a double strike, which his deck lacks a lot of double strike and triple strike. So, good option. The triple striker, big boy monkey, counter, broken, battering laser. I don't think it's actually broken, but this card feels broken when it's played on you. D-Magic, card that might be obsolete if everybody and their mother decides to run the crewmate cards, but I'm not too worried about it, to be completely honest. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. Bang Magic, just an upgraded D-Magic. Not much else to say about it. This card was really expensive, and I think it's dropped down just a little bit. Might pick up some more because I want to run 4.
It's the draw one, right?
Yeah, it's the untap 2 draw 1.
Yeah, which is so good.
That's so clutch. New card in the deck, Riot Javelin. So I was running the... Where is he? I know I have him over here. I was running Final Hope Slash just as some barrier removal, and also this card is free if I have my Unison out. But this only hits a 15k or less, which there's not a ton of barrier 15k or less that are running around that really give me a problem other than the crewmate cards. So I think there will be one more build of this deck post draft box once the meta kind of settles and see where everything's at. This card might replace Riot Javelin. But Riot Javelin, just good barrier removal, and it negates the attack. So you can pretty much negate 2 attacks with this one card. The card's really good. I only pulled 1 from my case, which I was kind of upset about, and then Bancroft and Fluff decided to pull 3 and rub it in my face.
Yeah, we didn't pull a single Demigod though.
Suck turds nerd. I got a playset of everything except for
From 4 boxes.
Demigra and Riot Javelin.
This
Yeah.
is why I hate draft boxes
Dude,
so much.
my God pack was clutch.
What God pack? We didn't get one of those.
I mean, yeah, you guys didn't. I did, because I'm awesome. Because I'm good at this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God packs make that happen.
Yeah, I know the routing on the cases.
Oh, fair enough.
Body Snatcher, negate, untap 1, Overlord, Bula, negate, don't untap 1, Servant, 15k beater, then bottom deck it with Overlord. Good little package, good for draws. Skinjili Man, if the one person in the comments that knows that reference, shout out to you. Negate, untap 1, 15k beater, really nice. Zamasu Topo, I only say that because he's in the Zamasu pose. And if I have to okay, hold on.
I know.
Hello?
I love Card King. I love the Card King stuff.
Daniel around?
Who is this?
You have a phone?
Whenever you
Daniel
whenever I
around?
bought stuff from Magic from them,
Nah, ma, this is Skinjili Man.
that was a cool token.
Oh, I must have wrong.
It's all cool, bro. Peace, brother. Keep that in. Sorry, that was Bancroft's mom calling me. So we got Zamasu, Topo, bottom deck card. It's good. I might cut 1 just to add some more room to the deck. Energy Topo, it's a really good card. I don't play it a lot anymore, so I cut one. I might cut another, but the card's too good not to play at a high number. Bafuba, it's a 1-drop in this deck. It's really nutty. Alright, so hear me out.
Wait, hang on, what?
Alright, so hear me out. So there's been kind of a running theme on the channel and a lot of our recent matchups about the mind game aspect of the game and how bluffing can be your best tool and can completely change the tide of the game. This has been my biggest bluff card, and now that everybody knows it at the shop, I'm going to have to swap it out for a different card. But if you just make your opponent just make sure your opponent knows this card is in the deck, they lose their mind trying to figure out why it's in the deck. Especially if they know you're like a somewhat decent player. They're going to go, why in the hell is he running that Majin Buu card? Why is it in there? Is there a way for him to cheat it out? And now the entire game, they're going to be playing around the idea that you're going to cheat this card out on them.
I had plans and they fell through. I'm like, screw it.
Bancroft's looking so confused right now.
No, you can't cheat that out.
There's a chain for it, but not in this deck.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. You have to. It's a. Every time that I've been playing this deck a lot on Untap, I will just like combo this card off, and then the entire game my opponent is like hoarding counterplays in hand because they think there's a way that I can cheat this card out. They think that I might run like a small Buu chain package in the deck.
Did you really have to be black or something for that chain?
No.
Or you discard a black card?
You would just have to have no cards in hand. And
No
this
card
card
in hand,
also
okay.
does not require any leader.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I knew that much.
Yeah. So,
If you happen to get to turn 6, why
yeah.
not?
I mean, you get to turn 6 regularly with this deck. So, there's been games where I've had my Unison out. I drop this, -5 on the Unison. And then the rest of the turn, they can't add cards from their deck to their hand using their non-leader skills. So, this can really actually hurt. And if you somehow survive, if they survive that turn and then pass back to you, then you have a 30k triple striker for 3 energy. So this card isn't dead in this matchup, but I use it more so as a bluff card just to, because your opponent starts thinking, okay, what the hell is going on? This is not what I'm used to. But now that everybody knows, I have to switch it out.
Don't worry, no one else is listening but us.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I'm probably gonna get matched up with you today, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, suck turds, nerd," until I side in my entire Buu package on you. Fu, Shrouded Mystery. This is basically a secret rare. If you don't know what it does, you don't need to because you don't get to play the game when it's played.
It's your turn 6 play.
Yeah, it's my turn 6 play if I don't have Buu in hand. Honestly, if you don't want
You
to go
combo
with
this on turn 5, make them sweat.
So if you don't want to go down that route of trying to force your opponent to make bad plays to play around a card that you're probably never going to board, you can just run the 8-drop Fu, the Fu Dark Banisher, I believe, from the old Anniversary box. Or
Yep.
yeah, or just any other good Overrealm, any other good big body. This could be an Android 17, the Turning the Tides. It could be anything. I just like the aspect of being able to force my opponent into making bad plays to play around a card that is not going to do anything to them. Which, I mean, you could argue that putting a slot in the deck that's already at 54 cards is a bad idea too.
Yeah.
But I like it. It works for me. A Booney because it's really good. Jake actually said something really funny about this card the other day. He said, "Do you think this card is really good in high level play because all good players stack their deck?" And it started making me think, and I was like, "Yeah, that could actually be legit." Champa, double strike.
The legit one. This
Yeah,
deck's legal.
yeah, this deck is actually legal this time
not the super rare card.
until I get all of my
Sorry,
French
the
cards.
super duper rare card. There it is.
And big boy, don't need to say much else about it. It's a good card.
Yep.
Also, shout out to all these Fubu tokens that I got online.
Just put them down on the table.
Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of the way. Mora's the sickest one, in my opinion. That and Piccolo. Piccolo looks dope. Piccolo needs a signature
Mario
card.
throws me off because there's a signature on that.
Yeah.
What's that signature for?
I don't know. Goat noises, I guess. Also, I like to point out that this is actually the text for that 6-drop boo.
It's also misspelled.
Yeah.
There's a typo in that text.
Yeah. So technically, you do run 3 of the 6-drop boos. So now when you combo it off, your opponent doesn't know if you don't have him in hand or not.
Right. Well, that is Jimmy's new take on Blue Baby. Hope you all enjoyed that. And like always, like I mentioned earlier, like, subscribe, fun stuff, right? Jimmy, any final words?
I would actually like to show off something else. If you've ever been to our locals, you know about my boy, the little chicken.
Yeah, come close again.
It's a little chicken.
With the bean.
Is that it? That being said, read your cards in every place, fluff out.